Alright, hello. Um, so, what you're looking at here is a couple of things. This is my graduation project, at least that's what I'm calling it. And that being said, it's the conclusion of a bunch of things. It's the conclusion of me going to school. It's the conclusion of a class. It's also the conclusion of a year-long project. Although, it was on and off throughout that year. And it's the start of a lot of things too. So it's the start of me either going into the industry or maybe doing something independently. And I'm gonna get a little cheesy too here. I kind of feel like this past year I've grown up a lot, and I'm still growing a lot. And I think it's kind of like the start of me actually becoming an adult and doing adult things. I'm a little bit late, but feels good regardless. So this is GLC-3D. Its purpose is to visualize data in an immersive way. So I had my last meeting today. Basically, it's all done. So it visualizes different data. This is the iris data set. It can also do the mushroom data set. Takes a little bit longer on the mushroom data set, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. This is the mushroom data set. I'm going to show some rules here in a second, but I'll go through some different data sets. And then this is the breast cancer data set. So pretty interesting, huh? As you can see, you can view it from different angles. So, okay. With that being said, let me show how this program works real quick while talking about it. I gotta pull some rules up. Okay. Hopefully it's not going black right now. So, what you can do is you can enter rules. And then it visualizes the rules. Now, this is where I'm going to talk about some things I'm proud of and some things that could be better. So, one, as you've been seeing, it takes a little while to do some things, especially with larger data sets. And that's something I could have done better, which is CPU optimization. But that leads to something that actually I did very well, which was GPU optimization. And that's actually been my goal this entire class here. I'm just working on doing some stuff in the background while I'm talking. And that was a GPU optimization. See, like I said, I've been working on this project for about a year on and off. And my professor and I, Dr. Boris Kovalarchuk, who has been super awesome, he's given me a ton of opportunities I would not have had otherwise, like a job while I was in school. It's also the conclusion of a job, although that concluded a month ago. But anyway, he gave me a job while I was in school. He gave me a summer class so I didn't have to go back to CWU, and it was a class that I actually enjoyed, which was GPU optimization. So when I first started, this program ran, and it not even at full potential. This is full potential, so at like half potential, it ran at like 15 frames per second if I was lucky. Now it runs easy peasy. It's probably going 200 FPS right now. I can't show, but that's probably what it is. It's 200 to 300 FPS, and I was using GPU instancing. So I used to draw all these lines here one by one, whereas now they're all drawn together. So anyway, as you can see here, we have rules. So this is actually 4 different rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, which are separated by plus signs. These rules were found by Eli McCoy and Dr. Boris Kovalarchuk in VizCanvas, which is another program, which I also worked on a little bit, but this program's all mine. That program I just helped a little bit. And the rules are separated by plus signs. And as you can see here, it covers 48% of the total data, but 100% of the class, and with a precision of 100%. So basically it covers all of class 1, which is poisonous. I believe it's poisonous in the mushroom data set. So that's good because that means it fully isolates non-poisonous mushrooms. These rules do. And the purpose of this dataset is to visualize it. Now, as you saw earlier, you can drag around the attributes to hopefully get something clearer. It's loading, hold on. Like I said, CPU optimization could be a little bit better. Okay. So yeah, you can drag around these attributes and then press update. And if you look at the visualization, you'll see it's going to swap it around. I guess it already swapped it around. I just didn't see it. But yeah, it swaps stuff around. The attributes which are used here are the large cubes. And then you can disable some of the visualization. Oh, sorry, it's loading the rules. Every time you click in the rules and click out, it reloads them. So yeah, you can disable everything but the lines. And you can do something kind of nifty with that. Whoops. Which is see the whole data, right, in like a really compact form. So you can disable the UI. And so yeah, this is all the data, like, of the mushroom data set, in class 1 at least, because of the rules. And yeah, you can just pretty much see it all there. And it's kind of cool. If we take away the rules, you can actually just see all the data. Disable the cube. So yeah, that's all the data. Yeah, you can kind of swirl around. Let's go to the left. So yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. And I'm using the arrow keys right now to do this. Now, I can't remember if I already said it, but one thing I'd like to improve on is spaghetti code. I have a lot of spaghetti code, man. Because when I made this project, I didn't realize it was going to be a year-long endeavor. I was actually for another independent research class with Dr. Boris Kowalczyk. And I thought it was only going to be 2.5 months. So I wrote my code accordingly. However, it ended up lasting a year, and even part of a job. So that's pretty cool. I also had to learn a lot of new concepts. One of those being, well, shifted pair coordinates, what you can see right here, but also GLC lines. And learn them well enough to actually program it. I'm not going to explain what GLC lines are, because it does take a bit of time, but basically it just shows how much each attribute affects the total function. So yeah, that was a bit of a challenge to understand all this stuff and then get it actually into code. But hey, I got it done, and now the project is over, man. This is the iris dataset, by the way. So yeah, with that being said, just to conclude, this is sometimes I loved this project and I really wanted to work on it, and sometimes I really hated it. There's a lot of, like, because I was either frustrated or bored or something like that. But I'm super proud I finished it. It feels good, man. This is easily the biggest project I've ever worked on. And yeah, man, it's like the conclusion of like just a bunch of things. Like I said at the beginning, so I won't go over it again. But yeah, anyway, this is GLC-3D. And thanks for listening. Peace.